Hello everyone and welcome to the Chart of the Week. This week we focus on another piece of economic data. And man, I tell you what, this coronavirus has given us no shortage of amazing charts to look at. Of course, for the past few weeks I have been taking a look at the economic data because it's just been so ugly and really might give us some opportunities for trading and investing going forward. So this week, no different. I'm focusing on economic data, a number which came out Friday which really looked like the Munch picture, the Scream, right, where he's freaking out. Why? Take a peek at this chart. Retail sales numbers have been falling and falling fast over the past couple of months. The chart you're seeing right now shows you retail sales numbers going back to 2008 through last Friday. Really what we're looking at is 12 years worth of economic data of retail sales. So let's go and point out the Great Recession. As you recall, the market collapse in 2008 and 2009 was called the Great Recession. And if we put a low across those lows, you'll see it was only down negative 2.8%. Remember, this is a market time back in 2008-9 where people were freaking out about the markets, talking about systemic failure across the board. It was a scary time, and it was only negative 2.8. Well, you fast forward 12 years to where we are today, and you'll notice that we're sitting at a much worse number, as was reported on Friday, at negative 16.4%. It's a pretty ugly decline, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Merlin, you're just cherry-picking data to make this look more extreme. I'm going to go back now and go as far as I can go. I'm going to go back historically and see if I can go way back and go maybe a little bit further because I can't get all the way back into the 60s and 70s. I don't have that data, but I can go back 20 years. So here's looking 20 years worth of retail sales data going back into even the crash of 2000. What I want you to notice is there's that 16.4%, but even in the 20 years, the lowest that we have seen at any point in that 20 years was negative 3.7%. So what we're looking at right now is a one-off event, something that's never been seen before, especially the acceleration, how quickly it's gone from positive retail sales in January and February to March and April showing very quick declines. And let me show you that one again because it's noteworthy because the first drop down that you're seeing on retail sales, it really started in February, but it was just barely negative. And then in March number, we saw it go down to about 8.5. Then we get to April's and we're at 16.4. Keep in mind that for the month of May, we've still been in quarantine. So there's a lot of negative impact here, and that retail sales number could get uglier and uglier. Now, why is it so important? Why did it earn its spot on Chart of the Week? If we look at the machine, which is our economy, GDP is the major driver. It's basically saying, what are all the goods and services that we produce as Americans? Well, 70% of GDP is consumption related. It's driven by consumption. And half of that is driven by retail sales. So, if we extrapolate the math, 35% of GDP is comprised of retail sales data. And if retail sales data are crashing that fast, that means that GDP is most likely going to have a significant decline. And if that happens, that could very quickly put us into a recessionary or even depressionary type of environment, much faster than what we saw in 2008 or even 2000. So that's why we've got this one as the Chart of the Week. Not a doom and gloom scenario, it's opportunity. The key is learn to trade and invest in any type of market. So if this market does start to go down again, as I believe it will, then you can take opportunities to capitalize on the downside movement and make money, or just sidestep it in your 401k so that you don't lose anything if there is another major market sell-off. That's it for the Chart of the Week. We'll see you next time. If you'd like to learn more, visit TraderMerlin.com or join us live on our show every day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific on YouTube.